All right, so I wanted to record this real quick. I'm going to walk Katie, not Kat. Your name on your thing throws me off because it says Catherine. We have a Catherine on our team too, but I'm glad you go by Katie. I'd be so confused. We have two Cynthias, and I'm confused on that. So I want to record this just so I can show everybody, you know, how that works. But we're going to do a Google form. And you know what I like about this the most, Katie, is that, you know, when you have that conversation back and forth, this is something like I've used before, but you forget that you've used it and how simple it is. And if you just stay more consistent with using it, it'd make your life easier. So this is a great way to collect information, but at the same time, ask all those questions, you know, like that conversation that goes back and forth, like, you know, they say between 7 to 10 connections. That's one way to grab all that information so they can see what matters to you. So if you're asking these questions one at a time, it takes a little longer. This can save you a little bit of time if they just fill it out. So it's a Google form, and I can show you if you go to, I don't know how to get there other than go to Google. I just type in the search engine Google Forms. And once you do that, just click on the first link. You can see I've clicked on it 1,000,001 times because I don't know how else to get there. I go to Google Forms that way, and then once you log in, as long as you have a Google or a Gmail account, sorry, you have to have a Gmail account, it'll keep all the forms you've ever done too. You see all the forms I've used? Can you see them, Katie?
Yeah.
Okay, so okay, cool. So all the forms that I've ever used, and then feel free to ask questions as I'm going through here. So, but the one that I made here, so if there's nothing you've done before, you just click here and you can start over. This particular one I just started over because I didn't want to have to edit everything. I knew exactly what I wanted. You can take the banner at the top, use Canva to create a picture at the top. When you're looking at this, it kind of looks funny, but you just click this little eyeball and it'll show you what it looks like to them. It's like a little eyeball up there. And there's this little thing here will allow you to change the color at the banner on the top. You got to move us out of the way. You can change the color at the top, or you can upload your own. So I would just scroll down here and it gives you upload your own photo. So that's how I got where it says Fit Boot Camp, the Fit Revival Boot Camp at the top. I just used my own picture. And the next thing, so super easy to use. I just don't know where to put us. Okay. So see the little plus sign here? That's where you're just going to create these little boxes. So what I'm gonna do is back out of this and create one from scratch with you so I can show you how I do it. Now I can share my Google form with you, and I would have to add you as a collaborator, and then you could actually copy mine. But you wouldn't want to use the same one as I do because it's going to collect that information for me, and we don't want your information with my information from your people and my people all together. So you'd want your own.
Right.
So you click on the plus, and then you go, and we're going to change the color just for fun because it just comes up purple automatically. So we're going to do green just for fun, see how it changes it. Title your form. So you can even call yours Fit Revival. And don't laugh at me because I know, I got it right. Hallelujah. I can never spell Fit Revival right. So Fit Revival questionnaire or application. Some people call it an application if you want to feel all formal. Business-like. And then you can add a description and you can copy paste mine. You know, the one that I shared about the basic. And I like that because that's the first message I send to someone that says, yes, I want more information. I send that after they've given me their goals. So I'm just doing it all at once. I'm sending them basic. And actually, if you read through that, you'll see all the stuff I left off because I want to have the rest of the information in a private conversation. So if you guys check your scripts, these scripts right here, all I did was take these questions from the top of the script, separated them into individual questions, and then I went down here and I took that initial script, the basic information about a challenge group, and I just took like the top half. I didn't go into detail about on demand and all of those things because this month, you know, how we're doing the Emerald training, we're really trying to match this with what they want. Obviously, we're going to tell them, you know, what we think or recommend is the best bang for their buck. But I want to make sure that this is within your budget, within the commitment that you're ready to make. So then we could tailor it to them, right? After we get this feedback from them. So back to this, you add your description. You know, this is the basic info about the group. What do you stand for? What's the mission in that group? What are you going to provide? Whatever you want to add, or copy paste what I've shared. And then you just click on these. And so as soon as I click on that, it's going to create a drop down box. And you can choose multiple questions. These are all the types of drop down box that can be. So it can be a short answer. If it's their name, we would probably choose a short answer. And I forgot to put first and last name on this. I just put name, and now I have people that they said their name's Christy and gave me an email, and I don't know who they are. So I have 1,000 Christy friends. So now I gotta email them and be like, hey, you forgot to put your last name on there. So make sure you put first and last name, or you could even create 2 boxes, first name, last name. So they have to do it. And you can click required. Okay, so anything you want to make sure is required of them to fill out before they can even submit this back to you, you can hit required. I'm sure you've filled out forms that have required before, like credit card information. It puts a little red dot next, asterisk next to it. So you can change that. Then they have their place. All you have to do is click the little plus sign to add the next box. So I'm just going to do 2 boxes. You can see all the questions I've provided in the other link, and you just copy paste them right into this. So if you want to change the wording of one, great. But if you want to use all the questions I've used on the other link that I sent you, you just copy paste them right in here. And you can see, you know, there's multiple choice. I normally don't use that unless it's like a yes or no question, but I want to get deeper into what they're doing. I really want to give them an open-ended question as often as I possibly can. So I usually use the paragraph so they can type as much as they want in there. And I can't hear you talking. Oh, there we go. I can hear you now. Are you wanting to say something?
No, I'm just
watching.
I'm just watching, and I'm
okay.
Like, cool. Okay.
Okay, just making
yeah.
sure. I think there's like a delay, and it's one because my Zoom account, whenever I do the screen share like this, it just slows it down. So just yell at me, wave at me or something if you're trying to say something. And I act like I'm just talking right over the top of you. Okay, so you would type in, you know, a question like, you know, what is your goal? And you're going to want, you know, these questions to dig deeper, as you saw in my form. After you have that, you see at the top there's questions. These are the questions you created, and then your responses will be here. So anyone that fills out that form, their responses are going to be right here. And it's going to allow you to see all the responses. Say if you had 10 responses, you're going to see 10 names, 10 emails, 10 answers. So you can separate those responses, and once I have responses here, it would give me an option to see it as a group or individual. Another thing you can do is click this little green thing, and it will create a spreadsheet for you. If you're a spreadsheet girl, it's not an extra step for you. It's just another thing that's going to collect all these emails. And another great thing about Google and Gmail is that this is all free. There's other products that charge you to use it. And I can take see how it says select existing spreadsheet? I can select that and choose the other group that I've been doing so that it puts all of these into one spreadsheet. And I can import those emails into my Gmail easily with one click, and I can send out a monthly newsletter to all these people, whether they signed up or not. Okay, so Chalene Johnson teaches that you've got to collect emails and outside of Beachbody, because you are more than Beachbody. If you ever decided to do personal training, you would have these email people that you can say, hey, I'm doing this too. Like, I'm still coaching, but I'm also doing this. Or if you write an ebook, the sky's the limits with what you can do outside of Beachbody to help trickle people into Beachbody, to attract people. And so I wish I would have done this sooner, and I wish I would do this more often. So that's one reason that you can collect these emails and you can select it to go into this spreadsheet. It's all nice and neat, and all their information, all their responses are in there. But it also, you can, on the little dots next to that Google thing right here, you can select to get a notification via email when someone responds. Sometimes that's nice because I've created spreadsheets like this and forgot to turn that on, and people fill out the form and I forgot to check. Like the challenge group was over. People saw it like a week later or 2 or 3 days after, and I was like, okay, well, moving on, to help all these people that did sign up. And I totally had to be like, I'm so sorry to not see your response, that you filled that form out. So it's nice to have that email, even though I hate email notifications. It's nice because then on my phone I'll get someone filled out your Google form, like, oh yay, and then it reminds me to go look. So what I've been doing is when people respond back to these, I'll show you, like my personal one that I've already done. Okay, so I'm going to back out of this. Go back to mine. So the responses, whenever I say you click on them and you can see summary or individual. And I am literally praying over each person that fills this out, because I think it's just human nature, like we were talking about before, that selfish, I want to help these people, you know what I mean? Like it's for them, but I also want a challenge pack sold, and I do want a commission. And so I just pray that like the Holy Spirit helps guide that conversation, and so that I can meet their needs. And that's why these questions are so intentionally trying to get them dig deeper. And you're going to notice that sometimes they are answering more specific because you're asking more specific questions, and other times it's like, get strong. Okay, well, what does that mean to you? So you can still take these questions and go deeper, but now it's faster. I think that's the hardest part for me, is like sometimes it could take a whole week, like 7-8 days for me to get through those questions, because people are busy, like they get sidetracked, they forget to message me back, and I don't want to go too fast. So I think this is good, and I can still dig a little deeper even after these questions. So, all right, with all of that, is there any other, what are you thinking about this form? Questions? Think it's a good idea for you?
Yeah, no, it's awesome. This is exactly what I've been looking for. I'm sorry, I've been listening. My son's trying to get in my
I totally understand, girl.
Cords right here.
No worries.
But no, this is exactly what I've been looking for. So of course, though, since I have a couple of different Google Gmail accounts, I want to use my one that is linked with my Beachbody, correct?
Yeah. It helps to keep them separate. Like I have like a personal email that I sign up all this stuff for, and then my Beachbody team Tenacity, I talk to my prospects and my team in that one. So yes, I would log into that email before you open up your Google form, so that it's linked with the Gmail account you're logged into. And once you have this form filled out, another important thing you're going to need to know is how to send it to someone else. So if you click the send button, you can send it to someone's email, but usually we're using it in Facebook. So you the link, click on this little link. It's really long and ugly, so I just hit the shorten URL, and it shortens it. It's already highlighted, so all I have to do is hit copy, and it's going to copy that, and I can paste it. So it's kind of nice to add right into the post.
Awesome. I was just about to ask on that send if you use that send button for Facebook. I saw the Twitter and Facebook icons up there.
Yeah, I've never used that to see what it would look like once it's shared there. But for me, I feel like it's easier just to give that link to someone one-on-one in a group chat, or link it into the post that you're talking about. Now, if I share that as a post, you'll see it like a link. So I normally don't allow you can post it that way. Like I might even try it again tonight, just posting the link and using like a countdown, 6 more days until Fit Revival Bootcamp comes up. Here's the link. You know, if you're interested, I need to know more about you or whatever. Let's dig a little deeper and learn more about your goals or whatever, however you want to do that. So if I was just to share the link, it's going to create its own link. You know what I mean? There's going to be a picture there. And so if you use Fit Revival Bootcamp, that should come up in the link. Or you can remove that, post your own picture, maybe, you know, whatever kind of picture you want, and just have the link within the wording. On Facebook pages, they don't really like links. So what I normally do is I post the link in the comments below. Like, so after you post everything, I'll have a form in the comments below that you can fill out. That way, Facebook like page doesn't hide your post. They don't want you to be selling over there without paying for a Facebook ad.
Right.
So that's a good way to get around it. Plus, you just commented on your post, and more people will probably see it anyway. So yeah, it's kind of simple, but yet if you've never done it before, it can be like, where do I start? How do I make this work? So hopefully that'll save you like probably a good hour's worth of time. Because I remember when I first started this, I'm like, who in the right mind would want to do this? It's a waste of my time. I could just be talking to these people already. But once you have it up, now I've had 4 responses, you know, and that's 4 conversations. I'm like way ahead of the game in.
Yeah.
And I know specifically
awesome.
how I can help them too.
This is awesome.
So thank you so much for being brave in the Emerald group. I love it because you're so much like me. You're like an open book. And you just don't realize like how brave that is and how much confidence that takes to like just be vulnerable and open up. And like most people don't have that quality. So it is nice. It's a breath of fresh air to see someone just be like, hey, this is what I'm going through. This is my story. I don't care how stupid it might sound to you or anyone else, but this is what I'm going through, and I'm going to get some feedback. You know what I mean? I can do that with certain people, but it's harder to do when there's like 2 other teams on there. You don't even know these people. So I know that was really helpful, and hopefully you doing that and showing up like that, I'm hoping it inspires other people on Team Tenacity that I know need to do that too. Oh my gosh, I have 3% on my my laptop has 3%. Was there anything else that I can help you with before I need to plug my phone or my laptop in the charger?
Yeah, no, go charge your laptop. I really appreciate this. You know, jumping on the Zoom here, and my son is about to break. No, this helps a lot. I need more. Sometimes I need more of this. You know, like, you know, we're told to go here, go there, do this, click that, but I'm a visual person, so and I don't mind. I don't mind at all sharing my story and what's happened. Yeah, I'm an open book, and it's because I like to hear how people get through the same type of obstacles, because we're all different. So I don't I actually don't mind sharing, because I'm like, I'll talk about it all day long. But it's the next step, it's the taking the action that I'm just like,
no, I totally get it. And that just means you're coachable, and that alone is another breath of fresh air. I love it when I know I can coach someone and mentor someone. So thank you for being open for that. And because I'm like that, I'm like, I don't know everything. Teach me, please, show me, help me, you know, and that'll get you far in any part of your life. So just keep your chin up, and I'm proud of you. And like I said, if you have a post that you're like, I'm just not sure if this is right for social media or not, you're probably just overthinking it, but that's okay. Just share it with me, and I'll be like, yep, perfect, just the way it is, or maybe tweak this or move that around, and I can kind of walk you through those posts until you feel more confident. And I had to do that. I had to copy a lot of people's posts and use them and tweak them a little bit, but I had to copy a lot until I found my own voice. But you will.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm here to help you with. So there's nothing wrong with that.
Awesome. Okay, I gotta jump off here though, because little man needs me right quick, and it's the internet's starting to break up because we got a huge storm that's coming down right now. Actually, it just started.
No worries. You have a great day then, or evening. Sleep well. Get some rest. Sleep is so important. Okay.
Have a good night.
You too. Bye.